is Monaco, the second smallest country in the world and where 32% of the population are billionaires. But when you look at this place on Google Maps, you notice an error. This thing. What is this blob of land that's not part of Monaco? At first you'd think it's just a border, but then you'd get like this stuff, and also it's not bolded, and also it says Monaco right here. Furthermore, it's on Bing Maps, it seems to be part of Monaco. Same with even the ugly, stupid Apple Maps. No offense, Apple Maps, but you guys barely got any data. So today I want to answer one question. What is this? There's one thing we gotta get down to first. Land reclamation. Now this map may look like a poorly drawn Monaco with severe missing details, but then you realize this is Monaco before their land reclamation. In fact, a quarter of Monaco today was man-made, so you're only seeing 75% of Monaco here. However, in 1880, the first extensions to Monaco's coastline were made, like this. It wasn't that much, but it would set the stage for future operations. All the way over in 1960, the Dutch beat you, bro. This happened. Just tiny ports. However, 5 years later, we got quite a bit more, including Monaco's kind of what I would like to call dragon shape. The head, at least. I don't know, Monaco looks like a dragon perched on France to me, with its wings folded in and everything. You know what, I'm talking too much. But the most massive thing happened in 1970, where they just raised this entire part out of the ground. France even helped and made their own parts. In fact, the entire ward of Fontenville in Monaco is man-made. In 2002, they made some extra ports and also more coastline. And then this is the part which apparently baffles Google Maps. Les Portiers. Now, why does this tiny part baffle Google Maps so much? After all, it isn't really that much. It only gives Adam's apple to Monaco. Maybe that means the dragon is a boy. We have found out the gender. We have found the gender of Monaco, folks. Everybody, let's talk more about the construction of this district. Le Portier was completed in 2024. It is part of the city of Monte Carlo and the ward Le Voto. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing these. I am trying not to, but I am not French. Now, construction for this district actually started all the way in 2000, right at the crack of the millennium. Although technically the millennium started in 2001, considering the first year in the AD millennials was 1 and not 0. So technically, according to my... Anyway, this was scheduled for 2014, but it was postponed in 2009 due to Prince Albert because they didn't have enough funds. This coming from one of the richest countries, bro. Okay, well, not really the richest country, but you know what I mean. The people are rich. Now that I think about it, maybe that's why they don't have the funds. The government's poor. In 2011, the new funds were acquired and they were allowed to continue. In 2020, with all that excessive building, they completed the project. Yes, the project. Le Portier was actually estimated to be a lot bigger. Like, basically a gigantic triangle sitting outside. That would make it one of the largest extensions, except for maybe the dragon apple one, I like to say, and the leg of the dragon. Why do I keep making dragon out? Now, while this makes no sense at first, it does show maybe why Le Portier doesn't show up as part of Monaco on Google Maps. Now, I have a few theories on why this doesn't work on Google Maps. Theory 1. It's relatively new. Like, come on, this kind of like finished in late 2024, and as of the posting of this video, it is around the middle of 2026, like May. But then you realize the capital of Equatorial Guinea changed after 3 days. Like, they immediately recorded it after 3 days. So how is it not possible to record this? Plus, Google has always had an idea of changing borders immediately. By the way, I should probably mention right now that I'm talking about the US mode of Google, because there are actually different modes of Google Maps, because if you show a border that one country doesn't like for literally every single country, you're gonna have some very upset customers. Anyway, theory 1 out the window. But theory 2, size. I mean, come on, the size is small. Like, fully zoomed out, like half of it looks like water. And if I zoom back in, you can even see that some of the ports aren't even highlighted. But that still doesn't explain why Bing Maps and Apple Maps have this. Then there's a third reason. Let me type something. I am typing a true statement. Now, if I look in the corner of Google search, I get something that says AI mode. So if I click on that, I can immediately ask Google literally anything, like my search. I do exist, thank you. Anyway, that's Gemini, owned by Google. Thank you very much. Now let's go to Apple AI. No offense, Apple AI sucks. Now, of course, you do have Copilot, but Copilot is advanced. I wouldn't say it's the best AI, but it's advanced. However, Google still has more experience. And for OpenStreetMaps, that's a community edited map. It literally updates every 5 seconds, I swear. Now this is where I get my third theory. Google is just not focused on Google Maps anymore. In fact, they're more focused on bringing AI to every single part of its departments at Google. In fact, Google Earth now has Ask Google Earth. And Google Maps, I think the search is now more AI automated, but right now I can't really see anything. Anyway, also we gotta think about what the point of Google Maps is. Google Maps is rarely just used to just search up an entire country. Like, for example, Italy, I want to stare at your borders. No, it's normally used for just tracking locations and routes. For example, if I, for some reason, wanted to bike 71 hours from Washington, D.C. to Jacksonville, because I'm crazy, then that's what Google Maps is for, to show you what to do. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna actually walk today. What could go wrong with this? Plus, since people rarely search up countries, it doesn't really matter, because when you don't click on Monaco and you just zoom in, all you gotta see is that there's no black bold border, and then you know, yeah, that's Monaco. So in a nutshell, Le Portier is relatively new, as it is a recent land reclamation from the sea. And the reason it's not shown as part of Monaco on Google Maps is because Google has better things to do, like focus on AI, while Apple and Copilot, Apple and Bing are really already great at AI and have recently started, unlike Gemini, which is an older project. And for OpenStreetMaps, come on, OpenStreetMaps is really just a project for nerds that want to stare at borders all day long for the rest of their lives. Somebody should really fix the Syrian border mess right now. That's not the actual Syrian border. One thing Google Maps actually got correct, it's straight. I guess there are some tiny features for Google Maps that I think are really just meant for nerds, because once you immediately zoom out on the planet like crazy, I mean, not that way. So first you gotta cancel this, close directions. And then all of a sudden you have this part pop up where you can literally have maps of other planets like Mars and even the ISS in low Earth orbit. A street view. So I guess that if you're talking about nerds, that's where you get it. But notice how that was made in 2017. By now, people don't actually care. Thanks for watching this video. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please make sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Oh yeah, guys, I was kind of impressed by the map I drew for Monaco for this video. So it isn't really done right now. I need to add the labels and the wards and the borders. But when it is done, you will, in the description, you will see a link to print out this map. So yippee, fellow nerds. Free stuff.